Welcome back to the MMA Plug, presented to you by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1 FM, Mile High Sports Radio. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz, sitting here alongside UFC middleweight Josh Framd. We're going to get into the 3-round segment. This segment this week is presented to you by Fat Ninja Combat Gear. Go to www.fatninjacombatgear.com. Pick yourself up a new, fresh, original martial arts-inspired outfit. You will be supporting small business as well as a member of our mixed martial arts community out there. Shout out to Congo. Make sure that you go to www.fatninjacombatgear.com today.
We got to let Congo know I need one of those Fat Ninja hoodies. They're looking fire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Got to get that taken care of.
Israel Ladasanya has reportedly signed one of the most lucrative deals in UFC history. Was this a good move by the UFC to lock him up and keep him happy?
Absolutely, because they're going to lose Francis. So you might as well keep the other guy who's bringing in the money.
Yeah, and I think that, and it's no disrespect to Francis, as we already previously mentioned on the program, that Izzy is the new cash cow.
He's an entertainer.
Right. He's a flat in, and Connor himself happened to chime in and said he's one of the true performers of the sport.
Yeah, he is. He's the one that's taking it and pushing it each time, pushing the line and doing things that we've never seen MMA fighters do.
Smart move.
The Ultimate Fighter Season 30 cast and coaches have been revealed. Are you excited for the new season?
I'm an MMA nerd, so I always tune in and watch all these different shows that they have for the fighters and the development out there. Some people aren't as into the tough scene, just the reality model as much anymore. But overall, I still like it. I still tune in. But Josh, I was a little bit perplexed about the coaching selection as it relates to the weight classes or the groups of cast members, if you will.
You're telling me Pena's going to be able to tell a grown heavyweight man what to do, and they're going to have the same style? I don't know. I get what you're saying. It's interesting. I'm still going to look at it. I'm going to watch it because, we're both MMA nerds. We watch it all. We love it. And, got a couple Colorado fighters out there, so I'm going to go and show support for them.
Got a lot of Colorado fighters on there, and we're represented very well on this card. Shout out to our friend of the show and our boy Zach Paunga. I think that personally, I think
he's gonna win it.
Yeah, and that's not even biased.
Not biased at all. Went down the list. We looked at the competition, and that dude, he has a very good chance going up a weight class.
Yeah, and I mean it's basically you have to look at it from a standpoint for him of he couldn't do a show like that, and as a lot of guys can't make that weight cut however many times within that short amount of time, because he's a big man.
Yeah, it's a big dude.
I mean, he's a big man. He was a guy who has NFL experience. He was a pro rugby player. He's a big human being.
Mm-hmm.
So making that cut to 205 multiple times within a 6-week span, I don't believe is feasible. But you let him go out there and you just let him do his thing without having to cut weight. That's a dangerous man. And he fought his entire amateur career and I believe his pro debut as well at heavyweight.
Woo-wee.
Yeah, there's also a young guy on the on the cast members that I think has a lot of potential. I don't know if it's going to all come to fruition on a season like this, but Mitchell Sipe is a guy who is a bright young talent.
Yeah.
That kid hits hard.
He hits hard. He's still very, very young, so maybe we'll see the evolution of him in this upcoming season.
And then as far as name recognition, obviously there's going to be one of them that sticks out more than others on the male side of things.
Ooh.
That would happen to be Usman.
Yeah.
Mohammed Usman, that is the brother of UFC welterweight champion Kamaru Usman. I don't know. I want to throw a shout out to him as well as throw a shout out to the ladies on the cast in Claire Guthrie as well as Catherine Poprocki. I know that we're running close on time here.
Actually, there's no show after you, so we got some time if you want to keep it going.
Let's rip and run then, baby. Let's roll. So, yeah, then diving into that a little bit there, I think that there's some interesting matchups that are going to be on the female side. But first, also, Josh, I want to get your thoughts on this. You have Bobby Maximus, a.k.a. Robert McFarland, who was a participant on The Ultimate Fighter 2. He's 43 years old. He hasn't fought since 2009, and he's sitting at a 5-4 record. What are your thoughts on this guy being a cast member?
There's a couple ways you can look at it. You could think of it as a lamb going to the slaughter. You could think of it as, this is not a good look. It's not a good, for his health, maybe not that good. Or, I've seen a bunch of memes throughout my time where the old dog still got some fight in him, and old man strength is a thing.
Yeah, and at heavyweight, there's always going to be that chance because speed is less of a factor at that particular weight class. But on the women's side of things, there's elevation fight teams, Claire Guthrie, who I think that we talked about her as one of the top prospects coming into this year.
Yeah.
So I think that that's an opportunity for her to go out there and show out, as well as then you have the DCO, you have Catherine Paparocki, which she's a talented fighter as well. But I think that Brogan Walker's experience is something that has to be taken a look at, especially, you just look down the list and some of these ladies just, with all due respect, just don't have a ton of pro fights.
It's very hard to find seasoned female fighters out there sometimes, and you got to get the best that you can get. And, we're getting to that point where a different generation's coming up, and I believe that women are starting to get more into MMA. So I think that this is going to be good for the women's side of the sport to get more eyes on it. Get someone like Claire Guthrie in there who's going to go out, wreck shop, and she's going to be phenomenal doing it. So get more eyes on the ladies when they're doing this.
And I also believe that let's just be real with it. They're trying to build up the 125-pound division because there's just not a lot of bodies on the roster right now in that division as it relates to maybe some of the other divisions that are underneath the UFC banner. So it gives an opportunity to give some of them the chance to showcase what they have in a live setting and essentially audition for a job. Even if you're not going to win the show, there's a fair chance that there's going to be a few of them are going to get signed.
Yeah, for sure.
And last but not least, or maybe least, I don't know your guys' opinion on it, professional pillow fighting is now a thing that has become a little bit of a viral sensation. Have you had a chance to check it out yet?
I'll tell you what, yins are lucky that I'm a professional fighter because I would hop in this so fast. You see how long these arms are, boy? I would crack someone with a pillow. That'd be hilarious. Yeah, I've seen it. It's hilarious.
I was thinking about trying to find some sort of witty joke to say that would be my puncher's chance to get at somebody like Josh, but then I thought about that reach and those long arms and there's no chance. I'm wearing one or two and probably getting slept before I even have a chance to get mine on.
I saw something hilarious this weekend about the pillow fighting. There was a guy on there who actually got TKO'd from a pillow hit. And it turns out that one of the guys who trains at Factory X once punched that same man in the head and ended up breaking his hand. So I guess we got to call Yusuf Zalal pillow hands now?
Oh, my God.
What do you
think about that?
What do you think about that?
Yusuf, I know that you're going to be tuning in and seeing this at some point. So, shots fired. And that is a large man behind the cannon. We want to say a special thank you to our guest of the week on the MyFitFoods hotline. That was Jacoby Jones. We want to thank the man behind the glass in Danny Bailey. We also want to say thank you to DenverSportsBetting.com CEO in Ryan Garcia. Thank you to our sponsors in the Grand Z Sports Casino, DenverSportsBetting.com, MyFitFoods, Impact Mouth Guards, comments from the Peanut Gallery, as well as Fat Ninja Combat Gear. This is the MMA Plug presented to you by DenverSportsBetting.com on 98.1 FM Mile High Sports Radio. I'm your host, Jordan Kurtz. You could follow me along at Comments from the Peanut Gallery, and you could follow the newly signed UFC middleweight Josh Fremd at Josh Fremd MMA. We will see you next week.